all right, a little more off the cuff silliness and some stuff that happened and some going through the notes. We're just gonna keep on keeping on, making some content. I had a great, beautiful moment earlier today. It was really, really cool. Um, hey, um, I I follow. Oh, I gotta clean. I still gotta clean up there. All right, I got called ish into work. I accepted to come in. Like I saw it sitting on the toilet at 5:55. I had to be there at 7 if I chose to accept, and I was like, all right, fuck it. I can make him dinner and run out there and be there on time. And I did, and I got there, and turned out they don't need me, and it was fine. And I gotta find something else to do. I'll hang out a little while. And I got to talk to Arthur. I hadn't seen Arthur in a little while. Wonderful guy. Um, then sitting back at the bar, checking in, seeing if everything was cool, and talking to another, couple other people I know out there and whatnot, just bullshitting. Um, Angel was there, fellow guest who's been on one of my only guest on our show so far. Um, uh, I was talking to one of the wonderful bartender ladies, and then I was talking to a couple other gentlemen, and then I was just like, oh, and then when I was talking to one gentleman, somebody else came up and was like, oh, your dog, love your dog, blah blah blah. Okay, just no kisses, and she tried, he tried, she got her. I said, don't get his. I said, no kisses. Oh my gosh, like she was being good at first, and then like she just get too close. You get too close, he does not like you in his face. I don't understand why people can't understand that. But as soon as it happens, she's like, "Nope, fair. You're right." You know what I mean? Like everyone gets it and understands it. Like I told you that's why you don't. No kisses. You don't get in his face. Anyways, it went from her being the one interested and wanting to engage with me because of the dog, and the guy not really caring or being that interested, to the guy fully wanting to be engaged and interested and having a conversation with me, and her not wanting to do anything and wanting to walk away and have fun or whatever. But he was like a neurology student or something. I think that's what he said, to go to school for neurology. And I was like, oh, perfect. That's why I got this methylene blue for. Right? Isn't that cool? To talk about that Phineas guy. He's like, oh yeah, they teach you about that. He changed everything. Yeah, yeah. That's pretty wild. It's pretty cool. But I think, I mean, like, I was wondering why I had to come out tonight. I was like, should I do a set? Should I try to call, the guy I did the interview with? I was like, what should I do? And I was like, well, I'll just go home. And I ended up talking to this guy, man. And that's what I must have went out there for. And it was just to talk to this guy because I love having those conversations with people when they're that open and receptive, and they like really like asking like, well, what did it, you know what I mean? Well, what did this and what did that? And like, how did you, come to these conclusions and decide, you know what I mean? And I was like, blah 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 blah, and he's just like, I love it. Happens. It's involuntary. Like almost every fucking human does it. His wasn't very dramatic, but it was like, he like looked away for like a split second. He's like, and he looked right at me. I think he might have been on E or something that his eyes were pretty dilated. But he was just like, because he didn't really like do the whole like. I mean, it's a natural reaction people do, but he was just like, like his whole world changed. You could see in that moment in a second when I had a couple things click for him. He was like, "Yo, I've never thought about it that way before." And he's like, I was like, "Yeah, man." He's like, "Man." He's like, "Maybe I should look into this more." And I was like, "You know what I mean? I wish I could talk to him, and engage with people more, like with that." And I don't know, but when they're with their girl, they're with their girls, or felt like something was between my teeth. When they're with their girls and they're out hanging out, and like they can't like sit down. It's like that's why they had gentlemen's clubs and stuff like that, So dude can just sit down and fucking talk and not have the hens there. You know what I mean? I mean, it's like, I know this is a hard pill for a lot of fucking people to swallow, but dude, there are times when girls need their girls' time out and guys need their guys' time out. You know what I mean? It is what it is. I don't agree with all the dumb shit that guys do when they go out at all. Like when it comes to like being dirty with girls and stuff like that, and just it's like that's nonsense. But you need those gentleman club scenarios. You need like dudes night out, like let's get away from the bitches, not try to engage and cheat with on other people and do this or that or whatever. But like let's just go to a place where we can do shit that we enjoy doing together and just talk and have drinks and talk about like real fucking shit that are significant others just don't want to talk about or can't comprehend on the level that we comprehended on. You know what I mean, or whatever. But I mean, and I'm not downing women and stuff like that, but they're not usually interested in that shit so much. It's like not every woman is Nick Freitas' wife who like is thoroughly engaged in politics as well or whatever. You know what I mean? Like some people do just want to live and let live, but they don't understand that their ideologies conflict with the live and let live ideology. It's just so stupid. We want to just let you live and let live. You want us to live the way you want us to live it. It's so mind blowing how like you think we're the tyrannical ones when we're like, dude, we don't give a fuck. And that's something I was going to mention too about the last video I made. In the content, it's like double of people are loving people. They don't all just don't give a shit. Don't give a shit in the aspect of I don't give a shit what you think about me. You know what I mean? That's the like I don't give a shit type of mentality. It's like not complete apathy, but it's a stealing sort of think whatever you want about me. I know how to do my shit here. You know how to do your shit there. That's like that sort of mentality. Let's go through some of the notes. Oh my goodness. I brought up that wonderful experience. I threw some extra notes in my notes. That was another thing I wanted to bring up too was in the last video I just made a mention how I knew the mayor of Felton. I can't remember his name. I think it might have been Mike or something, but obviously it was AA, so you're not really supposed to tell anybody or whatever, blah, blah, but he was unashamed of the fact that he went and had to go because it was the thing that helped him and whatnot. And the reason he was one of the reasons, the way he explained it to me anyways, was he's like, so his wife would ask him and say to him, you probably shouldn't go to those AA meetings. What if people, your constituents and people who vote for you see you coming in and out of AA meetings? And he said, what do you think they would think of me if they saw me walking in and out of the liquor store all the time? You know what I mean? It's like, what, you know what I mean? Would you rather them think, oh, okay, he's trying to keep himself straight, or, dude, he's just in the liquor store fucking all the fucking time. Anyways, I brought it up in the other video. I read this note. It's annoying when you're mid-sentence explaining something to someone and then they start to try to talk over you and then say, hey, are you going to let me finish? And you're like, what is happening right now? Bitch, you cut me off. You asked me a question. I was fucking answering it. And it happens to me all the time. I'm literally one fucking sentence away from finishing my fucking point, and I'm done. Or I might think of another thing to come up with, to ask you or this or that or whatever. But I'm like 1 to 3 sentences away from finishing my fucking point so many fucking times, and people just like cut me off or walk away. I'm like, dude, what the fuck? Can you just let me finish my fucking sentence? Or And I'm guilty of it too. So many people, because I try to make a checklist of notes in my head, like, oh, he made me think of this. I want to talk about that. He might find that interesting. I'm gonna try to remember he mentioned that. So at the same time, I'm still trying to constantly listen to what you're saying. I'm making this checklist in my head, and I wish I could write stuff down. When I'm talking to people, I'm gonna start doing that in interviews and stuff. So I can just I want to think of this too. I know other people do that. But you know what I mean? I'm thinking of all these other things, like, oh yeah, so as soon as you're done talking, I can remember, okay, he just finished talking. Let me say something that pertains and relates to exactly what he just said, so he knows that I'm listening, and then also bring up these other two referential things that I was thinking of, or three other, whatever, how many things I thought of to try to remember. And it's just like I'm thinking of all these fucking things all the time, and my mind just can't keep the fuck up with it, and I just like, I just forget stuff. Like, it just gets exhausted and just fucking forgets. Because that's all I do all the time, and I'm gonna do this in one of my bits too because it's so fucking true. I saw one of those PragerU commercial bits, and John Prager's talking about like the thing that, and like I've heard of this study before, and it just makes me think like, what the fuck does that make me? Because they say they go to all these different classes, they've done this practice so many times. Tell everyone to be quiet for 5 minutes, and then after the 5 minutes, they go around the room and they ask every boy and every girl, "What were you thinking about?" And every time they ask them, like it's like 9 times out of 10, or more, often than 9 times out of 10. Sometimes it's 10 out of 10. That the boys will say they're either thinking about some sort of activity, like some sort of physical engaging activity, like a sport. I'm pretty sure like a video game. I'm sure something. What else would pop up in their mind? But they would say a physical activity, or like a sport, or sex. And it said when they asked the women what they were thinking about, they were either thinking about a previous conversation they've had in the past or a potential conversation they're going to have in the future. And I'm like, oh my God, what does that make me? I'm going to say I'm a boy, I'm a man, I'm a penis. No, like I know me, but I'm like, I got to be a comedian. I'm a different cut of cloth. I'm fucking. All I think about is words and conversations and things I meant to say and should have said, and I didn't mean to say that. I should have said that, and I try to remember next time I see him or see them or say, and maybe they'll remember that thing, and and hopefully I forgot to tell them about that thing I think they'll like, and da 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 da. And there's. That's all I think all the time is about conversations I've had and will have in the future, or things I want to say on stage. Like I always have pictured myself on a stage all throughout my life, like saying things and picturing like myself saying things and whatnot. Because that's just how I feel like I have to express and get my shit out of my head. But it's like it's happening now. I'm fucking forgetting what I'm saying as I'm explaining about how I forget what I say when I'm saying things. I have to. I have to. I like that's what I'm meant to do. I'm the madman in the wilderness. I'm constantly trying to express and point out these common sense things that are just like, if I can fucking notice it, there's no fucking way you can't notice it because I'm not that smart. You know what I mean? And I realize over time, looking at my past, I actually was always smart. I was just never engaged with properly, and I was always led to believe that I was something that I wasn't. I had some sort of problem or this and that, da da da, and they threw me. I was just hell bent on making sure I did everything so perfect and right. So, once you learn like the psychological issues and stuff and like that, and all the history of like Sigmund Freud and God damn it, I can't think of Ellen's name right now. But you understand development and like trauma and why kids think and feel things the way they think and feel, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I was like, because where I was like, and I didn't even think about it, but subconsciously I was probably like, I probably have to do this as perfect and best as I can. That's why it always took me so long to do everything, because I didn't want to screw it up, because I felt like maybe if I don't screw it up, things will get better and things won't be as messed up, and stuff like that. I don't know, but I wasn't engaged with properly, and yeah, it messed me all kinds up so many different ways. But yeah, that's one of the things that annoy the piss out of me is when people fucking try to cut you off after they ask you a fucking question. I'm like, dude, what the fuck, dude? You asked me. I used to always have a problem. Like, and now I'm IDing people. This was like way before I started IDing people again. Like, this is only, like I said, page 29, back when I was still in Delaware. But when I did ID people at one point when I worked at the bowling center and I'm serving alcohol. Like, I don't give a shit how old you are. You should have your fucking ID on you. Period. Period. It shouldn't be in your car. It should be on you. Why is it not fucking on you? Ladies have purses, men have fucking wallets. You have to have something you're carrying around with you, a pocket of some sort you are carrying around with you to be able to engage with the rest of society because you have to have your money or you have to have your this. You have to have your shit. You have to have your ID. And this dumb shit about like, oh, well, they can't afford their IDs and that's why you're excluding them. They can't vote. I'm like, dude, how the fuck do you think they get cigarettes and alcohol? People know how to get motherfucking IDs. And it doesn't even have to be fucking a driver's license. You can get IDs. You know that, right? But yeah, I'd be at the bowling center and be like, guys, 60, 70 some years old. I'm like, I don't care. You should have your ID on you regardless. Because the other thing is, it's not just me and the liability of the building that, you're trying to protect and whatnot. It's like your own ass. I'm trying to help you protect your own ass. When you leave here, do you have your fucking ID on you? Because you might get fucking pulled over by the cops and they might want to ID you. I gotta look up what YouTube sent me. I think YouTube sent me another thing saying I'm restricted in certain areas and whatever. It's probably because I'm cussing and stuff. And it's like, I don't give a shit, man. You either get the fuck over yourselves and grow up and stop being vaginas about everything and just be. Let people just fucking be. So I gotta deal with that, and I gotta deal with Amazon about something too. I've told them to leave me the fuck alone for years now, and they keep bothering me, and now they're trying to charge me money, and I'm like, I knew this day was gonna come, and I told them over and fucking over again, I don't have anything to do with you anymore. Leave me the fuck alone. And they keep bothering me. It's nuts. It's like I got everything out of my inventory, got rid of all of it, everything with the lady on the phone. Okay, is it all gone? Okay, it's done. It's all gone. I'm done. You're leaving me alone now. And then they keep fucking bothering me, and now they're sending me shit saying they're trying to charge me something that they can't charge me, and I'm like, dude, you're not going to charge me. You're not going to charge me shit because I don't fucking owe you anything. I'm trying to say like I had one thing in the inventory. I'm like, no, I got rid of everything in the inventory because the person I spoke to on the phone, I'm going to make okay, I'm erasing this from the inventory. I'm deleting this from the inventory. I'm getting this out of the inventory. Everything's removed from the inventory. Can you correlate that with me? Could you confirm that with me and say that yes, it's gone too? Yes, it's gone. Okay, we're done. So, and between them and First Aid Orthopedics, I got people like I'm almost already out of money, and motherfuckers are trying to come after me for the last of the little bit of money I have left for shit that has nothing to fucking do with me. They oh my god, they just don't know how to like keep track of their own shit, and then they want to fuck other people over it. It's ridiculous. They had one item in my inventory for all this time. They finally got rid of it and destroyed it or whatever. But now they're trying to fucking charge me for having this one item in their inventory for I don't know how many fucking years. When I told them I removed everything from the inventory fucking years ago. Leave me the fuck alone, idiots. So I'm about to flip the fuck out on them. I gotta call them. I gave me an 800 number to call. It's so ridiculous. I don't understand why people think it's appropriate to treat people like shit. I really don't. Especially when it comes to like big corporations and big businesses and stuff like that. What makes you think you can get the fuck away with this? I'm gonna fucking expose you for everything you fucking tried to do to me. I don't care who you are. You try to lie, make shit up, and try to fucking charge me for shit that I don't fucking owe you for, and kiss my fucking ass. Alright, love you. Thanks for hanging out and your time and patience with me. Yeah, the next note says, you're lucky, ladies. You didn't lose one of the good ones. Not going gay all the way. I guess they'd call me Metro at one time. It's a dude, but I just like girly shit. I just like shit being right and clean. It's not girly shit. It's like you just like shit done right. I don't know. God help us all. Again, thank you for your time and patience with me. Take care.